So I think we're good to go here. So I'm going to pick up from where I left off yesterday, building this budgeting app. All right, so see where we left off. Set up the items controller. Okay, so let's check out where we're at. So I'm already logged in. So this is our route path. It shows a list of items. We only have one item in here so far. If I go to the item itself, we should have that. And then we also have a new. So we can add new ones. Let's grab this, go internet, direction, we'll go out, say 100, and create item. So then I go back to our items. We have a list of items now. I'm just gonna work on cleaning up some of this styling here first, make this look nice. And yeah, we'll start with that. So I'm going to set up a partial for our items. Well, item.html.erb. And we'll go like this. And then we can also, so once I save this here, I can now go like this and just go render items. And it will find the correlating partial for that. And it's working. All right, so let's make this a flex call gap 4. Little background white for this, and go around it maybe XL. Going to want some icons. So make this a flex, And then we'll stick our checkbox here. And then within this, we'll have some information. So I'm gonna go like this, span. We'll add in the amount here. So item amount. Okay. Now I need to format this correctly for currency, so I'm going to, can't remember, there's a Rails method for this. Rails float to currency. Number to currency. So we'll go back. So we'll go number to currency. And that will make it in dollar format. Then also going to, what else am I going to want here? So the idea will be that these to-dos are actually separated by the day. So like we'll have, for example, today, then we'll have tomorrow, and then upcoming, or if there's overdue ones. I'm going to shrink this, or go width full max, well, max, yeah, width full max width. Let's go with 3XL and MX Auto to center it. I think that's a good width. I don't know if we should throw a shadow in here or not. Let's see. I think I might do that. And then you know what? I'm not going to separate them fully. Yeah, so let's change this up a little bit. So instead of doing full separation, I think I want these just to have a line underneath, like a border bottom. So I'm going to do this. Not to-dos, items. So this is a, I forget the terminology. I think it's called like a magic comment. And Rails magic comment for partials. So this is like Rails 7.1 was introduced. Basically, the idea is you can set local variables that you require for this partial. And if you don't have it, you'll get this missing local. And we see that the items, our local variable, has not been provided. So it'll raise an exception. And it allows you to also do some things like for example, if I need to set a default value, I could, if I wanted to set like false or something like that, I can do that. And now when we reload this, oh, didn't save it. Now when we reload this, it's not throwing an error because our default value is here. And so like it's expecting a local variable, which is the item, which is what Rails is doing with this. Really what this is this. Inside of a loop. So it's like this, items that each do item. So this here, this line here, line 2, is equivalent to these 3 lines here. So it just allows us to not have to specify the loop, and it automatically passes in this local variable. And then now this one here, I'm specifying a default, so it doesn't have to be provided. But now if I go back and don't set a default, we will see the missing local items. So that's what I want. So I'm going to get rid of this gap here. Delete to this. And I want to add a border bottom, border, we'll make it gray 200. And the reason I'm doing this is I don't want there to be separation between the items. I need to add that, pass that variable in here. So I need to go items. Okay. And then I also only want to do, I want to get rid of this roundedness. And I'll add the rounding here, go rounded XL, and we'll go overflow hidden. There we go. And I'm gonna actually add the shadow in to this. And now I also don't want that border on the last one, which is why I started to add in this variable anyway, is so that I can go set a condition on this so that it only adds it if it's not the last. So unless to do or items dot last, unless item equals items dot last. So if it's, it will do it unless it is that. And we just got rid of that bottom border there, but we kept this one here. So that's what I want. Okay. Now I need to grab font awesome. So I'm going to use font awesome in this for some of these icons, and I'm going to do that in a different window so I don't expose my key. All right. So now I can add this as an actual icon. Circle, I think this is FA regular. Class FA regular FA circle. There we go. All right. I want it to be a little lighter than that. Let's make it text gray, maybe 400. It's decent. And then do is add a gap in here. Increase our padding a bit. Okay, I think that's good. Let's see, do I want to center this? I'm not sure. What looks better? center it. Can always change it. And okay, so that's that. We'll also want a condition in here. We'll say if item is complete, else, actually complete is the wrong, we'll say paid, and then I can go like this and we'll have a different icon. We'll go circle check. Now I haven't set up my enums for items yet, so let's do that. So first off, we need to go with belongs to series, belongs to, I'll make this optional. So it's not all will belong to series, belongs to category, which is also optional. And enum, status, paid, unpaid first, unpaid, unpaid, and then paid, paid. Default will be unpaid. So now we can just use this paid method, which Rails automatically provides when you set up an enum. All right, I'm going to also add some validations here. We'll validate we'll go validates name. I need set presence to true. Also want an amount. A due date and a payment date. Commit that. All right. Now, I don't want it just to show all items, so I'm gonna go to item controller, and I'm going to separate these a bit here. So actually, before I go into the controller, I'm going to go back to item and just create some methods you can use in this. I'm going to go, we'll say due today. We'll go overdue. Due tomorrow, and upcoming. And there, I will need to add in paging here at some point. We'll do that in a bit. For the upcoming. So what I need for this, actually, I think I probably want scopes here, not methods. Rails scopes. Okay, so let's get rid of these. We'll go scope. I'm going to go do today and lambda where. So we'll go where due date is date dot. I think I can go date today. Let's see, date dot today. Yeah. So actually. And then we'll do the same for due tomorrow. And then upcoming. So we'll do, okay, so what I want here is I want so I'm using my parameter. So yeah, I use Raycast and I have the AI subscription, so it gives me access to like all these different AI models, and then I've set up one with a prompt. What is the prompt on this one? I remember. It says you're a programmer, pair programming with me to write a Ruby on Rails application. Be concise, provide sources when helpful, adhere to Rubocop rules provided in Rails Omakase, which is now default in Rails. So I'm going to say I need a scope for upcoming records similar to this, but the due date should be for all records that are after tomorrow. All right, so it's pretty simple. Yeah, just due date greater than due tomorrow. All right. Now, actually, I think I also want status to be unpaid for all these. go items. Items to overdue items. I'll need to add that. Due today. Due tomorrow. And then due upcoming. And then I can go back to our index, and I'll need to set up separate go overdue today, tomorrow, and upcoming. And we'll go if overdue items.any, so that we only show this if there's overdue ones. And then we'll also create a couple more conditions, but let's see if this works. And we're missing our overdue scope here, or our overdue. So overdue, and only if it's unpaid, and the due date would be less than today. What did we have wrong here? So, oh, we just have to have an and. So we'll go. All right, so now we're not showing any. Let's check out why. So item.last, it's due on the 31st. That would be overdue. Is a status unpaid? Status is nil. Okay, so let's go item last. Let's go unpaid. And I think there's only 2 items, so I'll just do the same thing for the first one. Undefined method, payment date. Okay. Don't have a payment date on that one? Guess not. Oh, did I set up payment as... So it's not called payment date, it's called payment. I'm just trying to check out my other version, my previous version of this app. Kibos, and then over schema. Yeah, payment date is what I had, so I don't know why I just did payment. That's annoying. So I'm going to change the column name. Write a migration to change the column name of the items table. Column to change is payment, and it should be changed. And it should be changed to payment date. Column is a date. Let's make sure that it is actually a date. It is. Run that. Payment date can't be blank, so let's set item.first item.payment date equal item.due date item.save. Now we can also do this. Now I'm thinking the last one probably misses a payment date as well. So let's go that and go item.save. Oh. All right, so undefined method last, so we're not passing in the correct. Now, since we changed the name of it, I probably have to actually have a loop here now. So go overdo items, each do item. be items. Overdo items, any each do item, render item, items, overdo items. You know, I'm wondering if I wonder if I didn't have to do that. Because that actually wasn't even the error I was getting there. Let's go. I want to see if I actually could have just left it as the shorthand here. So I need to go over to here. And the issue was this should just be that. There we go. Okay. Now we aren't seeing one of the other items. So the one we are seeing is a cell phone as our first one, the last one. Status isn't set. So item the last dot unpaid. That should show up there. Okay, good. better. This in here, same for up here. Otherwise, the gap from up here will apply to that. I don't want that. So let's go another one here. Okay. And then let's go MB2 maybe. I don't have any overdue at the moment, so let's go MB2 here. See what that looks like. That's all right. 2. All right, good. Now I'm also going to, so we have a condition here so that overdue only shows if there's overdue, but for these ones I want the today heading to always show, so I'm going to add the condition in here. We'll go if to do items dot any else, and then we'll grab this. We don't need a border at all. And we'll just say no items due today. Specify no unpaid. All right, that's good. Okay, so yeah, that's showing up nicely here. I'll start now setting up some buttons so we can actually check off if a item is complete or paid. Set up a button. We'll go button, and it will be we're gonna go to how do I want to do this? Do I want to let's just I think I can use this. So I'm using Turbo. I'm going to use Turbo Frames for this, which allows some very easy setup of some of these updates and things. And it'll only reload what changes within the frame. And what I'm thinking through is, so if I have an actual edit page for it to do I want the status change to go to the same route, or so the issue with going to the same route is that within the Turbo frame, if you have different styling on the edit page or however, then it's going to, or sorry, I should say, if I have this different styling on the item show page, that it will load that if I use this here. So there's a couple ways I can do this. I can set this up as to do it that way, then just make sure that the styling is the same for the button within the frame. Or I can set up a separate controller action for this. I'll probably set up a separate controller altogether. What do I want to do here? So if I do it this way, where it goes to the same, I just need to make sure I have the turbo frame within the condition. Do I even need to do that? I don't think so. No, I can just go outside turbo frame tag, and then we'll go to do, and it will be the status. And then I can go to our item path. Actually, I can just go item. And our method will be patch. Oops. Now I also, actually no, I can't go item because I'm going to pass in the item path with the item, and then I'm going to pass in the new value, which will be, so I need to pass in item, and it will be status of unpaid if you check it for this one. And then here, item path, item status paid. Close that up. Man, my brain is on to do because I was working on a to do app. I have a to do app that I use, and I was working on it. All right, so now we should see that our button. So we have a button is going to be post, but the action here is going to items with the status of paid, and it's passing in our method as patch, so that's what we want. Go to my controller. Okay, so that's set up. Now just to set up the show view so that there's something there. To make this easy for the moment, let's go like this. Actually, let's not go like that. I'm not going to copy that. Let's grab it from here. So the only issue with doing this is it's going to expect the, yeah, so I don't want to use this partial. Never mind. It's going to expect the items variable as well. I don't want that. Again, this isn't what this page is going to look like. I just want to get this working here. Okay. So that has the basic things that we need. And now if I check that off, hopefully, let's go back. This will check off, and it does not. So what's going on here? Did it actually update it? It did update it. RC item.first, so make it unpaid again. Okay, so it updated it, and let's do it again. Status item 1. Okay, so we're updating, rendering, no template found. Did I not? Maybe I didn't save it, actually. Let's check that first. Did. Let's see if that works. Where did our item go? Well, let's try this one here. Still not working. Oh, I'm looking at crate. That's our problem. There we go. Okay. So yeah, that's the nice thing about turbo frames is it makes it so simple for little things like this where I don't have to, like, it literally what it's doing is it's using our update action, it's rendering our show view, but it sees that only, it sees first off that the button click came from within this frame, and really what the button click is it's a form, and so it knows that because it came from within this frame that it will only change what is within that frame if the content changed. So let's now go over to here. Well, let's make the name clickable first. Oh, shoot. Wrong one. So now I can click on this, it'll take me to the item. And obviously this is not how I want this page to look. So let's change this up. You know, I don't think I'm actually going to want to use the checkbox on this page. I think I'll put on a button that says mark as paid, rather than using a checkbox. So what I just did, we'll need to change it a little bit. So let's go back, and what I'm going to do is set up a new controller, Rails generate controller, put it under items, and we'll call it status. All right, so we're gonna generate this. We'll give us a statuses. We'll go statuses, and yeah, we'll use that for setting up a dedicated spot for this. We'll say update. It's going to be update only. I need a route as well. So we'll go to patch ID. Well, it's going to be on the members. Don't think we do need that, so we just need to go statuses. then our controller is items / statuses update. And give it a helper method, which we'll call statuses. Let's make sure that shows up in routes. So let's go statuses. But item statuses path is going to expect the item ID, and we're going to hit that endpoint. Okay, so I can grab this set of redirect or a render. Let's render show from here. And then I go to statuses, I'll create and I'm wondering, is this a situation where I really should be using Turbo Stream? Maybe. Let's see how this works here. Okay, so there we go. I should be able to uncheck that while let's see why I couldn't uncheck that. Because on reload, that item would have disappeared. You know what? Actually, oh man, yeah, I should just use a stream here. Because really, I don't even know if I want to be using. I probably just want the to-do to disappear rather than having it change to a grayed out. All right. So, I mean, kind of the same approach. I'm going to have that same controller, but we'll use turbo stream dot remove, and we'll just remove the item altogether. And then I'll need to rename this to update turbo stream. And then I need to have a turbo. I need to have a frame with the ID on this here. Let's go. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Turbo frame tag item. Okay, so didn't delete it. Still do the same thing, unless I'm not saving something. So we don't actually have an ID here. Oh. That is why. So now we have the ID. Still just marking it off. Okay, I need to set it as a turbo frame or turbo stream request. So let's go turbo stream true. That actually needs to be like this. Do the same here. That's what I believe I was missing. Still not removing it. So we have our item 1. Yeah, so that is the right syntax here. We're hitting the wrong controller. Thought I changed that, I probably did in the other file that I copied. Item status is and we're not finding it because it's looking for, so I think our parameters are item ID, yeah, okay. And we don't have an item params method here, private. Item params go params dot require item and there we go. Now the issue is we're not showing anything. It should show no unpaid items due tomorrow if that happens. So I guess that's a drawback to just removing it. Ooh, what do I want to do here? So this is definitely the simplest approach to just remove it. But I don't think I want to just remove it. I want to have show the message saying no unpaid item is due on that day. So that means I do need to check for if any other items are due on that day. And if I do that for like an upcoming one, now I need to check if there's any upcoming. Well, actually, it wouldn't apply to upcoming. It would only apply to today and tomorrow and overdue, I guess, as well. Because you'd want overdue just to just disappear. So I could do, let's see here. So we'll say if item due date today or item I'm going to set up a method for this. We'll go item due overdue, check if it's overdue. And basically we'll just check if due date is less than date.today, and status or and unpaid. So we can actually just do that. That will tell us. Overdue, false. Okay. I'm going to create another to do that is overdue so we can check this. Set it back, create item. Raw number of arguments given. All right, I want to finish this first. So let's, before I deal with that issue, let's just create a new item here. Okay, so now we have an overdue item. And what did I want to do? Check if it's overdue. So item.last.overdue. True. Okay. I'll do another one called due today. So item.first.overdue. Nope. Today. Due today. Nope. Due tomorrow. False. So we have nothing there. So let's go item.first. Unpaid. And check if it's today. When does that one do? Item.first. That is the 2nd, which is today. But we're still dealing, the app is in UTC time, so that's actually tomorrow now. Or yesterday. Oh, no, it's there. So something first. Due today. Is it paid? No. That's strange. So I go date today. We're getting Thursday, January 2nd. When I go item first, due date, we're getting January 2nd. When I go item first, due date dot today, getting false. This is where time zone stuff gets funky, I think. So I guess we're seeing that it's assuming that we're working in local time zone, but I don't think I have a time zone set in the app yet. Time zone. Okay, UTC. So in my original version of this app, I am looking at times at midnight. I didn't think I'd have to do that because I don't have a time. I'm not saving a date time, just saving a date. I'd like to try and keep it. This. So we'll need to configure the user's time zone anyway, so this probably won't work anyway. So it's interesting how this works. So we're seeing the items show up in the expected dates, but when we check here, am I doing something else weird? No, I don't think so. Let's just check. I mean, that's not even what I'm checking. I'm just using the today method. Okay, let's look at cell phone for a second here. So that is item 1. So I'm gonna restart this. Go item first dot due date, and then if I go today, getting false. If I go yesterday, what are we getting here? True. All right, so it is looking at it in UTC time when I use date, when I use the today or yesterday method. that's the weird thing, right? Is that, so what class does the today method use then, I guess? So it's a Rails method, not a Ruby method, and it is using time.today, active support, time with zone. Okay, so that's the issue. So I should stick to all right, let's ask Claude here. Okay, so the today method is a Rails active support method, and it uses the not a Ruby method that uses the date class. So how can I go something like item.first.dueDate with time zone today? In the time zone, okay. And I can specify time zone there because I'll need to use the user's time zone, which I haven't set up yet. I'll have to add that as a column. So what we'll do is we will go time zone, time zone, time zone. I go in, it goes in time zone. Okay, and now I need to grab a time zone. Give me the time zone I can use. Let's go like this. All right, I'm doing this. Give me a time zone for Central Time, North America. All right, so now let's see here. I can go do today. Still getting false. Do yesterday. Overdue. False. what's going on? So item.first dot due date in time zone. So now we're getting a full time, which was probably why I did the whole at midnight thing. All right. We're going to use time.now. Time.now. Okay. So if it's overdue, it needs to be less than time.now at midnight, because that's less than today at midnight. If it's due today, it needs to be greater than time.now.midnight and due date in time zone less than time.tomorrow midnight. Let's check it. So item.first.due today. Wrong number of arguments. Greater than or less than, or greater than and equal to, that's our issue. So it's actually just converting it to exactly at midnight. So I don't even need this. I can just go, if it's equal to midnight. There we go. Jeez, that took way too long. And if it's due tomorrow, same idea, but tomorrow, midnight. let's set something for tomorrow. Can't do that. Did I save it? I did save it. All right, there we go. Gee, that was ridiculous. Problem is I don't remember this stuff after dealing with it. It's like which methods do what, which methods use what time zones and blah, 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 blah. So that was annoying. Yeah, so what was the reason? I was checking. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you're gonna check if item is due today. Then do something. If it's else if item is due tomorrow, also going to do something. Also want to check if it's overdue too. Except that this is going to return false because it's marked paid at this point. Fun. All right, I'm making a note for myself and I'm going to call it a night because things are going slow right now and I need a break. So I'm going to say this won't currently work because the item is likely marked as paid at this point, and the overdue check is checking if unpaid. which is what we do want, which is likely what we want, in order want. It's not likely what we want, it is what we want. So we don't want a paid item to return true for overdue when it's paid. So what I need to do is check the value before the change. So check the value before the item is updated. And I'm gonna call it. That's it. All right, well, I'll likely be on again tomorrow.